Здорово, народ! И мы продолжаем прохождение нашего вестерна. Это второй выпуск. Так, миссия это номер 4. Лесопилка. Посмотрим, что у нас по патронам. Не густо, конечно. Было бы неплохо его как-нибудь тихо убрать.
Did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bright?
Yep. They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why. But first I need to tell you about the cowboy's new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Herb's coming!
Get ready, boys.
А ты ж твою дивизию.
Curly Bill took charge of the cowboys upon the old man's demise, and after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge.
Куда эти двое побежали? Они типа обходят меня где-то?
So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother Virgil.
Ух ты.
Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride,
Я прямо читал.
hunting those outlaws down.
Обошел всех.
So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
Блин. Да что ж ты будешь делать? Давай, выходи.
It's you or me!
Отлично. Куда он стрелял? Ладно, надо спускаться отсюда. Отличный выстрел в голову. Лесопилка. Это что за дорога? А, мне сюда, наверное? Или нет? А, нет, мне сюда нельзя. Здесь закрыто.
There were killers around every corner,
Может, не
all
стоило этого
wearing
сейчас
red
делать?
bandanas. That's how the cowboys identified each other, and I was beginning to wish I had one myself.
You can run!
Вот гаденыши.
But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed, and
Твою
that's what drove
дивизию.
me forward.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
Всех положил?
Hardly saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly not Wyatt Earp. That man was all hat and no cap.
Воу.
Earp wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday might have taken him.
That lunger should have kept his nose out of it.
Вы, парни,
They
не на
never
того
charged
нарвались.
anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the back. That was common knowledge.
Блин, нежданчик такой, нежданчик. Вижу тебя. Не думаешь, что ты выживешь. О, блин, один выжил. Прикольно перезарядил. Я-то думал, я всех завалил. А чем он отличается? А, это двухстволочка. Нет,
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a
такого
friend.
мне не нужно.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal. Well, to get to that loyal friend, I had to pass by some buzzsaws as big as a man.
Куда все подевались?
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died, why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot.
Не, ну конечно, дробовик тут был круче в ближнем бою. Но проблема, что он двухствольный.
Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
Крутой музон.
Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
Что я? А здесь ломается все. Новый уровень. Быстро же они стреляют здесь на Диком Западе. Но кровь прикольно сделали. Эффектно. Что это было? Ага!
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide behind. That really was one hell of a song.
Ага,
Quite an
нельзя.
impressive operation.
Зря патроны только потратил. Так, посмотрим, что за навыки. Угу. Меткая стрельба на больших расстояниях. Ну давай.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you
Золотой
see him?
револьвер.
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience. I'm painting a picture here.
Ты.
There was this beautiful waterfall
Ну, тут мне
and a
ничего не
crystal
надо.
clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly,
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
Так. Я не понимаю, куда мне идти.
Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Все. О! хлопнет, зарядит и хлопнет. Курчавый Билл.
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
Привет, Курчавый
No,
Билл.
sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Time to dance with the devil! You working for what? That some bitch Earth?
Тише. Кто? Твою дивизию, они со всех сторон валят. Где ты, Билли? Проходи.
Ain't my day to die!
Билли, здравствуй. Твою дивизию.
Come out wherever you are!
Brocious
Отлично.
gave me no choice but to take his life.
Одним
But
преступником
Ringo
меньше.
was nowhere to be found.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
Еще одна дуэль. Следующий. Джонни Ринго. Так, начинаем сводиться.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Да какого хрена-то, блядь? Я ж первый вытащил. Ладно, еще разочек. По-моему, я не улучшил
It's
какой-то навык.
incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Есть!
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true. Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo. I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Now, wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
Ну что у нас за следующее задание? Великолепный одиночка. Я думаю, мы не опозорим это. Как это? Название великолепного. Поехали.
I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant, and hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. as the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits and put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape, and that's where I thought I'd find him.
Это враги?
As my late father pointed out to me more than once, God made men, but Samuel Colt made them equal.
Oh, yeah? Who the hell is that then? Don't let him get a shot off!
Где они? Охренеть, как он меня ранил. Ладно. О, можно было так сделать.
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it.
Но у меня, в принципе, много динамита еще.
It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches.
Вы можете стрелять по динамиту в воздухе.
Do you know who we are?
There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold shipments. Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings.
Ух ты! А, я сюда не перебегу.
Charlie Crow, the blacksmith.
Ну, пойдем.
James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's son.
Динамит!
Ordinary citizens who lived a double life. Stealing and thieving, murdering their neighbors.
Так, все, парни. Сутки закончились.
Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Plummer had a lot of men on
Я
his
просто с
payroll.
щитами играю.
A hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter which I had no idea how to breach.
4 патрона. Ну давай, золотой револьвер.
Dangerous, desperate individual. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was tough. Or had some kind of death wish. Seeing as there were barrels of gunpowder everywhere.
Ты где?
One stray bullet, one stray spark, and I'd be blown to hell and gone. Did I have any second thoughts about what I was doing? No.
Так, полная. Отлично.
I thought I was some kind of hero. I finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny.
Напрягает очень, когда он вечно болтает.
But first, I had something I needed to figure out.
Я не понимаю, куда идти, блядь.
I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense. It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous,
Ага, он не падает.
as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
I think he's scared.
Ребята, перед вами золото.
This is our goal now.
Золотой револьвер. Давай, ты первый выйдешь.
You ain't beefing me. Get out here.
Такого я не ожидал.
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it. Some of those shafts could be as deep as
Ладно,
hell.
пойдем в ту сторону своим. Ага. Поймал.
Show yourself.
Это как будто обходной путь такой. Ты врага. Непонятно, где они будут, сверху, снизу.
A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
Time to blow your shit up.
Тише, парни, я вас не обижу.
I do not deserve to die like this.
Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was never
Бля,
one to
я даже не
easily
посмотрел, что
bushwhack.
она летит. Отличный прием. Парни молодцы. О!
I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come.
Take that
With all that gunpowder and
Yeah.
dynamite everywhere, a body has to know what he's shooting at.
Ладно, это я зря
All
сделал.
it takes is one tiny spark, and boom.
Бум. Так, есть два варианта. Либо взорвать час бочки, либо они меня взорвут.
You must be about out of bullets.
Так. Отлично.
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tube.
Воу! Парень, нахрена ты это сделал? Давай, давай, давай!
Freely admit that my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly insane.
Блядь!
It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan
Я
before
понял,
I
я
even
должен
tried it.
был это отпрыгнуть. Ну давай еще раз.
Instead, I spotted a ladder, a way into the mine from the opposite side.
А, это вариант номер 2.
It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me.
Блин, ну тут очень
Climbing down
долго.
that ladder required some
По этим
caution,
лестницам спускаться.
because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder. I needed to make a leap of faith,
Что дальше?
which ain't easy when you're suspended between heaven and hell.
Что, прыжок веры?
I was determined not to give up, however.
Да.
That Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged.
Блин.
That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Bob.
Такого я не ожидал.
And I have made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water.
Так, слева, справа.
But
Слева
first,
чисто.
I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder. I picked the more convenient and more dangerous route.
Somebody's coming!
Это ты где?
You can run! But you can't hide!
Талант не пропьешь. Так, парни, куда дальше?
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserved better.
Бля, не врубился, кто это так выстрелил? Динамит! Блять! Что за хрень? Какого хера вы его, блядь, запускаете?
Well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there. The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
Отлично. Ну, динамита у меня хватает. Ну что, босс? По-моему, босс. Законник. Бандит. Отступник. Генри Ламмер. Я так понимаю, он сейчас меня будет забрасывать динамитом.
This is gonna hurt. Well, this day is just getting worse and worse for you.
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was going to take some doing.
Oh, guess you've had enough.
Малыш, ты где?
I can shoot too. You are really chapping my ass. I'm going all medieval on your ass. Keep pissing me off. I need some new way to get you. Come on, boys. Take
Жал,
this
что ли?
cocksucker out. Shoot. I'll live.
О! Да ну нахуй, кто это? Кто все эти люди? Что вы от меня хотите, блядь?
They're gonna need a dustpan to pick you up. Why don't you just join the circus? Like that? Who said you could throw dynamite? I'm going all medieval on your ass. Keep pissing me off. See what it gets you. That's this, you son of a
that's how Henry Plummer died. Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
Тяжелый уже, тяжелый босс.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself.
Будем сражаться с очень быстрым стрелком.
Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself.
Быстрый или мертвый? Поехали.
I dodged death many a time, and that night in Abilene was no different.
Что за
I
хуйня
was there with
происходит
the
там
intention
сразу?
of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
Я как бы не успел проснуться еще, они уже валятся. Давай посмотрим навыки. Навыки. Ружьишко. Ладно, нет больше.
I thought the Texas Rangers got hard.
Дробовик. Нет,
Yeah.
дробовик не нужен.
That's what they want you to believe.
Дробовик
It
хороший в
was
ближнем
cold in a
бою.
witch's tit and a brass bra that night as I fought my way
понял.
past his loyal compadres
А где мой золотой револьвер?
to the very same saloon we're sitting in today. Look around and imagine this place painted in blood. Hardin was waiting for me, and wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this sumbitch. He deserves that much. Don't you think so, Ben? John Wesley Hardin was a killer.
Найти его, да? Найти
By the end, he
Хардина.
confessed to taking the lives of 42 men. He was a bona fide folk hero by then, and had amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted thugs. He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was hoping Bob was among us.
Damn it! Shoot that son of a bitch!
Бля, там еще есть?
They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. I had to spill a lot of blood to find out Hardin wasn't in that camp. He was carousing in town with his closest friends. Hardin's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the Bull's Head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform their Hefe of my unwelcomed presence.
Где он кричит?
Stop that sumbitch!
А, все вижу.
Let the boys know we got another law dog.
Подкова. Отлично.
We'll have to do everything.
Блин.
Can't believe we keep missing. Yeah, you know.
Что это он делал? Смертный кувырок? Бляха! Отвлекся, не увидел летящую пулю.
Better 3 hours early than a minute too late.
Shoot that son of a bitch!
Так. Ну я, как всегда, хорош. Пойдем другим путем.
You bastard!
Так, где-то еще кто-то есть, так?
Stop that son of a bitch!
Но непонятно где.
You let the boys know we got another law dog.
Ну и как бы с двух сторон где-то. А парень не промах.
I wondered if Bob was among them.
Что там сверху блестит? По-моему, там еще одна подкова. Ай, блин. Посмотрим, какой навык. Ну, динамит, я думаю, не стоит. Возьмем это. Блин, до хрена навыков еще. Я так понял, эта игра не маленькая, это такая, пока я все прокачаю.
And I steeled myself for the fight ahead. For as good as I was, deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better.
Пойдем вниз тогда. А, это начало. По-моему, было у меня такое. Вы отклонились от истории. Бля, куда идти-то? Навигатора нету. Ладно, значит, идти не сюда. Пойдем сюда.
Before I could test my mettle against Hardin, however, I would first need to dispatch his cadre of hired killers. Most of these degenerates were beyond redemption,
Блин,
but
какого
John
хрена?
Wesley might have been a different story.
Я понял, я угодил в ловушку. Парень. Ты меня очень огорчил.
I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
А, я здесь уж воевал. Два патрона.
I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon. Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me.
Так, вот что тут произошло. Сюда ворвался я. И получил пизды. Да, мы переписали историю. Лови, падла. Да, сука, непонятно, откуда они все лупят-то, нахуй. Нужно хитроумный план. Они уже там. Пацаны, вы развалили бар.
In fact, I felt a certain hostility.
Кто будет платить за все это пойло?
I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But that was short-lived, as a moment later I was facing down the fastest gun in the West. I felt a bolt of adrenaline.
Ну что, поехали?
Maybe that was fear. He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him.
А почему я не выстрелил?
No, wait! You didn't hit me then. I'm sure of it.
Блять, что за хрень?
That man was faster than greased lightning. But being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
So he didn't die?
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless avenger took his life. Shot him in the back in a saloon just like this one.
Отлично,
Anybody up for
получилось.
another beer? Ben?
Очень хорошо.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, did you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation.
Танцы с отступниками. Ну давайте. Потанцуем.
A bounty was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven.
Давным-давно.
Grey Wolf was a Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army had attacked his tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony, and the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death. Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey Wolf was watching my every move. He led a band of young Apache warriors who wanted retribution and were more than willing to die for him.
О, мой золотой револьвер теперь у меня. Упс. Птичку жалко.
They saw me before I saw them.
На кого нарвался? Я, если честно, не был уверен, что это человек сидит. Но выстрелил. Во что-то.
And it crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting has started,
Охренеть, как
there
они
was no
валят.
backing down.
Что у них за ружья? Бля, я застрял. Блять, заряжай тут. Так, ружье такое же. Потихонечку, не спеша.
It was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahuas, and that's why they had retreated there. I admit to having some regrets about going after them. I did.
Таким темпом надолго пуль не хватит.
I got a lot of those.
Команчи хорошо стреляют.
Did you find Grey Wolf?
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout. A deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you went in there.
Надо было в рукопашку.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness.
Понял, сюда не пройти. А сюда вполне возможно. Да кто там такой?
See, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back
Пойдем
down.
вверх.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit, as they had torches on the walls.
Ага. Здесь много чего есть.
How big was his cave?
Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian Wars.
Хорош. Посмотрим, что у нас на навыки. Так, ну это правильно, я навыки больших расстояний прокачиваю. Все, осталось 2 уровня. Ну потому что я с дальнего расстояния, считай, обычно стреляю.
They thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
The cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
Ух ты, 2 золотых, 1 золотой. Твою дивизию, блядь, ну тут за слишком уже. Пойдем. Ага, не дозарядил. Что-то отвлекся немножко.
come you know so much about engines?
A few years back, I was married to 2 Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the Mescalero.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the Cave of Death.
Отлично. 3 из 4. Так, я так понял, здесь сейчас будет заруба, да? Либо босс какой-то.
I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows, and I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me. As his story unfolded in my mind,
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. The soul would have no rainbow if I had no tears.
he said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes. And indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry Wolverine.
Непонятно, что за
They
фокус.
couldn't stop me, though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk.
Индейцы дружелюбные, с птичками дружат.
I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared. Kind of like a miracle.
Отлично.
I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever.
Как-то ускоренно все пошло.
Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice, overlooking a thundering whitewater river. To get where I was going required several leaps of faith, but no way in hell I was turning back.
Блин. Почему нет? Ага, вижу.
I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo is right. Are you making this all up as you go?
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly what happened to me. There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens?
Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of them.
At least 3 or 4.
Well, more than that,
Такое,
little
мне его
late.
просто догнать нужно. О! Какой-то камуфляж
I had a steep
сливается с
climb
толпой.
up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me. And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind of trap?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches surrounding me.
100?
God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who you kidding?
Hey, I believe you.
Так,
Come
все,
on,
босс.
tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
Золотая
You were
винтовочка.
surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them.
Что за хрень происходит?
And in the end, a path appeared before me that I
Капец,
had
блядь.
not seen before. I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what
Жестко
Grey
было.
Wolf was trying to tell me. But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air. Never did find him,
Отлично, пройдено.
and never did collect my goddamn bounty.
Ну что, заканчиваем мы прохождение второго выпуска нашего вестерна. Всем спасибо за внимание, кто, конечно, смотрел меня. Не забываем подписываться на канал, ставить лайки. Надеюсь, вам понравилось. Всем пока, до скорой встречи.